Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lena for Thursday's High Thoughts, and I hope we're all having a wonderful Thursday. I'm going to apologize now for the construction you hear outside if you catch it here and there. Getting some things done in my house, finally. So you might hear a couple of nail guns and some other things going on, so completely ignore that. But today I decided, since everyone's getting really political, I'm going to do some funny political memes and give you guys my reactions. To be honest, if you want my political thoughts, honestly, can we just start this again? I don't like either 2020, F them both 2020, like that's where I'm at. You'll see memes that are not nice to one and not nice to the other. To be honest, I feel like as a country, we could do better. I'm not talking about Bernie Sanders either. Like personally, where I was standing, I was like all for Andrew Yang, but that's just me. Everyone has their own political views and their votes. Like I have one person that I like, that I know, that's voting for Trump, and it's literally just because they're super old, and you know, old people, and in their mind it's like for a business aspect, which I get. Yes, Trump's a businessman. We got this. It's probably all I got for that one. And then you got Joe Biden over here, and I'm like, he's losing his damn mind. So, not great. I thought Hillary and Trump were bad. Nah, we took it to a whole new level of bold, in my opinion. So like before, I kind of pre-stuffed these raws, and we're just gonna get right into these memes. Pause. I know we all have different work schedules, but Thursdays are like my Fridays. And though I love my job, I look forward to my Thursdays every time. So we're just gonna start off. Like I said, I picked a bunch of random ones and we're just gonna go with it, you know? This one says, the first 2020 presidential debate in a nutshell. The moderator, Trump. Biden. Hashtag debate Tuesday, hashtag Trump meltdown. Listen, watching that political debate, I couldn't finish watching it. I had to like after 10 minutes, I turned that shit off. I couldn't. The back and forth, the yelling, like I understand that they both have very strong views and words to say to one another, to the other one's answers. But out of respect, they should have done a better job in letting one another talk. I say this coming from a point of view of my child knows better than to talk over somebody when they're talking, whether she likes what they say or not. So that's definitely an opinion that I would have. You guys might defer and say, no, let voices be heard, let them yell it out. But personally, I feel like regardless of political views, regardless how they feel about each other, they need to give each other the respect to talk. So there was definitely that. Joe Biden, 2020. Dementia. Joe Biden, no! That's what I get away from this meme. Like dementia ain't no joke, and honestly, if Joe Biden has that, then I don't feel like he should be running for office. I feel like he needs to be taking care of himself and his health. Because given the fact he's a parent, grandparent, whatever, you know, we don't want to lose those type of people in our lives. Old man yells at old man. Trump continues talking over. Biden, will you just shut up, man? Okay, as funny as it was when Biden was telling him to shut up, because that's exactly how I felt. I wanted to tell him to shut up just at times I wanted to tell Joe to shut up. Like, again, it comes down to the respecting. Y'all need to give each other some better respect. Okay, RESPECT. I'm pretty sure it was the first thing I learned when I was growing up. Trump, no, you lied. Blah, 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 blah. Interrupting for the 100th time. Again, Joe, would you shut up, man? Again. Listen, that shit was funny to me. It really was. It was hilarious when he came out the cut. But Joe should have more respect. Don't tell somebody shut up. That's rude and disrespectful, as I would tell my child. The fly right before the vice presidential debate. You're mine, Pence. Yo, did you guys see the fly land on Pence? Yo.
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't?
No.
Just like the presidential debate, I high-key like skimmed through it. I gotta rewatch the vice presidential debate more in depth, to be honest. Because when I finally went back to actually watching the presidential debate, I like was actually listening. So there's that.
Politics are sham. They all run it together. It's just a way to create division between the people.
If you or a loved one watch the 2020 presidential debate, you may be entitled to compensation. Call now, 983-927-THAT. Again, what number is? What the fuck was that? Really, no, really. Like I said, as a country, I feel like we could definitely be doing better. I feel like we need to go to Congress and all the old ass motherfuckers need to bounce because they were there when segregation was. And if we want things to be better amongst all races, for all my Lives Matter people out there, because hashtag Black Lives Matter, and I'm pretty sure I might start some arguments on here. The whole point that I got behind it is honestly that we just all need to be treated equally and fairly. And we're going back less than 50 years ago, and those things were beyond opposite than what we are dealing with now. So like now, you know, you don't have to worry about like segregation and all those types of things, but it's still shown that there's systematic racism going on. So I feel like, you know, we need younger presidents. We need younger Congress in office. Like, that's my personal opinion. And I'm going to keep reiterating things on my personal opinion because everybody's entitled to their personal opinion, whether you like what I say or not. Fly on CNN and I'll do it again. Most famous fly at Mike Pence fly. Everybody jealous because I got the best seat for the debate tonight. Trump supporter. Biden supporter. Me, a European who is here for the memes. I'm not European, but I love that with the background thought of. Because really, I'm just watching. This is fucked up. It says, I think you've had enough Wheaties. How about a sloppy Joe?
Wow.
Joe Biden, Trump, 2020. Regardless, women are fucked. I really believe that. Regardless of what happens, as women, we are all very screwed. It's not that we need a woman in office type shit, which would be great regardless, but at the end of the day, men should not be telling us what to do with our bodies, to be honest. Like, I'm pro-life as much as I'm pro-choice, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, you should do all you can to have the child, but when there's medical reasons, rape, incest, all these things, and I've gone into it with church folk about this, and I have no issues with it. Yeah, if you need to have an abortion, go for it. Like, I personally know people that if they didn't go through with that themselves, would not be here today. And who would I rather bury? Someone I don't know or someone I do? Is kind of how I looked at it. Americans watching the debate knowing we're stuck with one of them either way. I'm in danger. Yep. I mean, we sure are. Like I said, to be honest, we're really so fucking screwed in the end. Trump. Damn. 2020 election. Literally everyone. Sit down, sir. But then, see, this is when I'm like, nah, y'all gotta turn to Joe and be like, you need to go sit your ass down as well.
No.
Trump, you had your fun. Biden, it's about time. It's about that time. Like, Republican and Democrats, in my opinion, just need to learn that it's not who's better, smarter, whatever their egos got them going on. But it's really all of us coming together. Like, they have their ideas, yeah. The Republicans got their ideas, yeah. It's not whose idea is better. It's what's really going to work better for this country. Like, to be honest, I'm very sad to think of where our country is going to be very shortly. And I say shortly because I don't believe everyone that supports Trump's racist. But I believe for 100% fact that everybody that is racist supports Trump. And because of that, since he's been in office, they're going out there and they're doing so much more than what they were trying to hide when Obama was president, when Bush was president. Like, before this whole, like they got quieted down after segregation, like, you know, got abolished. And once people really started having to include other races and realize that white power is not it. There's like no Nazi shit, like no. And the thing is because they have that mentality, they know that they were those types of people. I feel like that's why they're trying to come at the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Like, oh, you guys are thinking like Black power. Like, I protest, I support, I've been there. And all the people that I've met so far, it's really the same thing. It's not about mattering more, it's mattering equal. Like, it's like actual equality, like no discrimination, whether race or none of that. And I'm for that. Like, it's shitty knowing what, like, just being minority, and that the darker your skin, the more targeted you are. And when people go, oh, well, more whites are killed by cops. Okay, but y'all okay with that? Y'all are okay with that? Like, I really want to know, because I'm not okay with either of it. Like, like this police brutality amongst all, and there's more unjust when it comes to your skin. So that's what I mean by that. To lighten the mood, since we've been talking about politics, Black Lives Matter, and like what we all thought, I'm gonna just try to like vibe it out. I don't want to leave on a sour note. Y'all feel like you guys to love one another, hug each other. If you're not a hugger, air hug. Well, social distance, but you get my point. So I'm gonna look up some funny memes, like 2020 memes, about how we're all feeling about how this year went. Teenagers in the future trying to learn all things happened in 2020 for their history final.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, help me! Like when they're like, all the things that happened in 18 something, people will be like 2020, like, oh my god, like, alright, it started with Australian wildfires, then Kobe died, and then you had fucking coronavirus shut down the whole country, you had murder hornets, you had like mad shit for no, oh my god, like, I've never seen wildfire, like, you know, like the red flag warnings on the Weather Channel and stuff, like for weather increments, like possibilities. We've been in like a fire thing for a while, and like yesterday we had this crazy ass storm, and like mad people lost power. I thankfully didn't lose power, but like where I work and a lot of my city and surrounding towns, like lost power. Like there was trees everywhere. Like when I drive up my street, there's this like house, and their whole front yard is trees and tree limbs. It's like ridiculously insane. Everybody, 2020 is the year I'm gonna travel. Dead ass. I myself said that. I traveled a couple times last year and I loved it. I mean, I travel every year regardless, but like this year I had a lot of things planned, like flying to and from places because of all these like life events that were going on. Like, it's shitty because baby showers were canceled and weddings were canceled. To be honest, those that could still get married, you know, I praise you guys for going to the courthouse and sacrificing like a real extravagant wedding. Congrats to all my newlyweds out there. But then you got coronavirus. But I hope that 2020 at least gave some people out there, you know, some nice reflections on life, things to do. You know, everyone with the unemployment thing, I hope we all did something smart with our money. You know, saved it for something, got yourself something, you know. Before I agree to 2021, I want to see the fucking terms and conditions. Like, can we know what we're about to get into, you guys? But, you know, let me know how 2020 has been for y'all. I mean, what did quarantine do for you guys? Or how many of you guys out there were like essential workers and did not get to stop? Like, God bless y'all. And yes, but she was an essential worker, works at a hospital.
Saving lives.
Doing God's work. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. How do you guys feel about how this country's going? What are your political thoughts? Try to keep the peace in the comments. And I hope you give it a big thumbs up. And I will catch you guys all next time on Thursday.